in October of 2025, ARC Raiders comes out, hits the scene. It blows my balls off. This game is awesome. It feels so fresh. It has great sound design, an awesome aesthetic, interesting player interactions, just smooth gameplay, good movement, good graphics, all that good shit. And I'm in love, right? Great game. So then naturally I'm like, I can make some of these guys. I can make these little guys. Because, you know, I'm big into Lego, of course. And so then I'm trying to make some of these outfits as figures. Quickly, I run into my own limitations. And I'm like, I don't have the pieces. Cue me launching into a quest that ends up spanning several months. Where I'm ordering parts online. I'm going to secondhand shops and sifting through all their parts. And I'm just trying to find all the stuff on my list so I can make like the perfect ARC Raiders Lego figures. And you know, I sort of just tried to make as many outfits as I could. So anyway, this is the culmination of my work, the 1 hour autistic spurg out here where I'm gonna be doing a breakdown of every single figure and, you know, going over the parts I used and everything. I'm going to be putting up a bunch of reference images and codes, and I used Bricklink as like my main database. So if you want to find anything, look it up on Bricklink with the information I provided and you'll find it. I used all original Lego parts, no mods. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to get into the video here. Each one of these is just going to be a breakdown where I talk about the figure, talk about the parts, etc., and then I launch into a little bit of a glamour footage to show them off side by side with what they look like in the game. Let's get to it. Okay, so for the ARC Raiders Origin outfit here, I'm going to start with the blue one. Here's what I came up with. This is basically just the jet figure from Rock Raiders, 1999 sci-fi theme. I swapped out the gloves and the helmet. I used a flight cap. We're going to be seeing a shitload of these because ARC Raiders has a lot of aerospace inspired stuff and just tons and tons and tons of outfits with caps just like this. And I have just a basic motorcycle helmet visor in transparent brown. There's a few different choices you could use for the goggles, because you could use these goggles, right? The classic ones. They don't really look like the one in the game, so I didn't go with that. And then on the black and white variant here, right, we have these goggles. You can get those in a few different colors. Black is going to be the most accurate though. I did also consider using this torso and maybe even that white hip piece for this outfit. It doesn't really have that grittiness, and I think I find it to be too simple, so I found this to be better, even if strictly speaking, like, it doesn't match that well. And I didn't have any legs with the brown boots on them. I'm actually not even sure if they exist in that color combination. So, you know, well, what do you do, right? This one turned out really good, right? I used this torso, Space Police 3 torso from one of the villain dudes. White gloves, black pants with white boots, total perfect match for what we see in the game. White cap and black goggles. And of course I used a face print with the microphone, gotta have that. The goggles look kind of funny. I prefer to just flip them up, even though you can't actually do that in the game. But this guy turned out great, probably one of the better figures I made overall. And bonus, here was the best I could do for the green outfit, but you know, it's the wrong color green. The one in the game is bright green. It's closest to like a Lego sand green. It's not perfect, you know. The details don't match, the color doesn't match, but you get the idea. You could also potentially use this torso, which is like the only other thing that's like the closest thing I have. Still doesn't match that good, so I didn't use that. So Voyager outfit, that is an unlock from the first free Raider deck. You got the brightly colored spacesuit with a weird pairing, a trapper hat and goggles on there. I wish that hat existed on some other outfits because it's funny and I like the hat. I just don't really like the pairing with the suit. I went with olive green for the suit, because that was the best match I could find that has like the details I wanted and everything. The green color in the game is more of like a forest green, so like this torso could be a good choice for that too. It just doesn't have nearly as much detail, so I didn't like it as much. There is a variant of this outfit that has like the olive green suit, and it has more white detailing mixed in there, and so you could kind of use this for that. It doesn't quite match, and it also has like a red stripe on top of the hat, so you might want to use the red version of the hat, but this to me just looks more accurate, right? Weirdly, this hat doesn't come in brown, even though it would seemingly be the most logical color for this hat to exist in. Doesn't exist. I don't know why. This one, the black one, best I could do, and it only appears on Wintertime Draco Malfoy from 2023. So I had to seek that one out. And of course I used the head print that has the goggles on there. You know, it's pretty close. It does the trick. Oh, also side note, this suit is a Star Wars Resistance pilot suit. It also showed up in some Marvel set or something, just the torso, not the legs in that one. And I'm gonna reuse this one later for a different outfit too, because it ended up being in a good match. Okay, so the Ryder outfit, that's an unlock from the first Raider deck also. Classic outfit. You got the sleek leather with some stripes on the jacket and the pants. Balaclava, goggles, and mask and helmet combo. This one was tough because I didn't have anything that really recreated those stripes. And that's going to be a recurring theme because there's hardly any Lego sleeves or pants with stripes, and ARC Raiders has a ton of that shit. So uphill battle, you know, I'm totally fucked. So anyway, first one, we did the honeycomb color palette. I'm gonna put the Glamour footage up because I don't have it put together right now, but I use this torso. This is like an 80s torso, yellow with these nice stripes on there. Best match for this one that I could find. I know that the sleeves are black on the outfit because this is this torso is old, it's not that common, and you're really not intended to be ripping the arms off of these things. Like, you can do it, but it stresses the torsos. I only have one of these, it's not common, so I didn't rip the arms off. Pretend it has black arms, okay? Just cut me some slack. Oh yeah, I was also able to pair this torso with this set of legs. I actually don't know where these legs come from, but you know, you get the black and blue combo, which, you know, it's not perfect on here, but the pants in the game are black and blue, and they have a climbing harness, so this is perfect. It's got all that stuff on there. Alright, so for the red and white variant here, I use this torso. Not that great of a match. Once again, I'm struggling. There's just not that many good options. Pants are a little plain on this one. I didn't even know where these pants with the belt even came from before I looked it up, right? Turns out they appear in a 2011 CMF baseball player or this New York special figure from like a magnet. Why do I have this? I don't like baseball and I freaking hate New York. What was I thinking? So for the papaya color palette, this one's a little crude. I used this torso piece. It only has one orange arm, supposed to have both if you're following the source material. I didn't want to rip the arms off this one either, so, you know, too bad, so sad. And of course, this is the popular outfit that people like to run with just the balaclava, maybe with the goggles. And I used plain black legs on the final one because it just matched the source material better. But yeah, you got your classic psychopath outfit here. People love that. Okay, so Driftcoat. Here comes a heavy hitter, everyone, okay? Easily one of the cooler looking outfits in the game. It's a premium one, it's in the store. We got big tan leather jacket, fighter pilot style helmet and tall boots with dark blue pants. Pretty simple actually. So I got the fighter pilot helmet with the mask combo and this smoky brown visor here. That is not common. That set me back a few dollars. It only appeared in 3 sets in 2019 that I guess were decided to be God's chosen. They'll never make this visor in this color again because this transparent smoky brown color is retired from production and it's been replaced with a one that's more of a black color instead. So, you know, it's special. The torso is from a Star Wars Naboo fighter pilot. That was another thing I didn't mention. Star Wars is doing kind of a lot of lifting right now because, you know, I mean, it was made in the 70s and there's a lot of pilot suits and stuff in there, and there's a lot of pilot suits in ARC Raiders and space suits and that kind of stuff. So lots of overlap in terms of like the aesthetics. So Star Wars parts ended up coming in handy, which is like lucky that they exist. Unlucky for me because I had to pay the fucking Star Wars tax and pay like $8 for like a couple torso parts. There is no God. The brown jacket variant of Driftcoat, we have dark brown or a darker brown jacket, gray pants, gray boots, and otherwise it's mostly the same. The one in the game, it's got an orange stripe on the helmet and a blue undershirt, and I couldn't get any of those details. I don't even know if there's any printed variants of this helmet at all. This jacket print is pretty new and it's like currently available right now. It shows up in, you know, a few current production sets like Airplane versus Hospital Bed, true banger, you know. The pants, they look okay. I wish they had some details like cargo pants pockets or something because the skin has those. I just don't have anything that matches, so it's a little plain, you know, it's not the greatest. But what I realized after I made this, after of course I also uploaded the short video with that configuration, I have this rusty brown jacket torso with the blue undershirt, so that's one matching detail, right? So you put that on and it's just a little bit closer to how it is in the game. You're giving up a little bit of color accuracy on this jacket here because it's definitely more of like a brown, and this is sort of, this color is called dark orange. I just call it rusty brown, who cares? I did have to rip the arms off of this torso, so I committed the ultimate sin. I took the arms off of this one. This had dark red arms before to match these those details on there. So anyway, I had to fuck that up. It's ruined. Everything's destroyed now. Anyway, he actually looks really good. So pretty nice. I wish I could get that orange. The splash of color, you know, really goes a long way. Next skin is Radio Renegade. That one's a quest unlock, and we got this unique leather helmet, cool two-tone jacket, pants with stripes running down the sides. Once again, we're out of luck on those stripes, but I had a good torso print that matches the red color palette, so I went with that. Couldn't fit any face coverings with this bulky helmet. This is the, you know, what would most people would probably know as the Rock Raiders and Power Miners helmet. Fun fact, light gray is rare. That only appears in a one Star Wars set. The Zam Wassell figure, she's like really rare and expensive now. I have the helmet though. Just that's like worth a few bucks. But anyway, I use this head print with the mask and goggles printed on there. It's not the same thing as the round glasses that you get with the actual skin. Best I could do though, just because you can actually fit this gas mask on that helmet a little bit, but it's awkward. You can tell that they're not made to fit together. Yeah, you see, like, I put the helmet on and it sort of pushed the mask out of the way, and you can kind of smush them together, but they don't like it, so I don't like it either. But you can also do for this, if you wanted to get those glasses. This one, if I wanted to use a yucky skin-colored licensed figure from freaking Spider-Man 2, round glasses. Looks bad though, I hate it, so none of that. All right, so Voltedge skin is next. This one is featured on the cover art, premium outfit, so it's in the store. This one became a favorite for me ever since they added beards, and I was more willing to go for outfits without face coverings. I prefer the purple color scheme, but with the parts I have, I couldn't really do that one, and the blue one made more sense to recreate, so... Alright, I won't mince words. It doesn't look good, okay? Without the stripes on the cap and the sleeves and the pants, it just doesn't have the soul that the source material does. It doesn't have like the thing that makes it what it is, and it looks really plain. The parts just don't exist. And of course, the vest is supposed to be white. Hold on. I had a piece on here. What the freak happened to my fucking piece? There was a little... Fuck! Okay. I must have had a good reason for taking that off, even though I can't remember what it is. There we go. The vest is fixed. But yeah, the vest is supposed to be white, but this one, you see how it has that shape, and it's got some little tech details on there, and so it is actually a really good match overall. And I just put this little piece on there to get, you know, to add some of the white that it's actually supposed to have on there. Fun fact, this piece, it's like a jetpack harness sort of thing. It comes from old space sets and whatnot. Blue is one of the rarer colors to get it in. Had to flex the fucking jetpack piece. There's Voltedge. The torso underneath comes from Aquazone, specifically the Aquanauts sub-faction. It's mostly covered up anyway. I just thought that one looked pretty decent, so there's Voltedge. I wish I could do it justice because it is a great outfit, but what do you do? Okay, so next we have the Macrame set. This is a premium skin with some wacky Asian inspired drip. All the patterns and colors going on here, it's gonna be like impossible to get a good match. I did my best. I didn't realize until making the video that the hat on the red variant of the outfit is actually green. I don't have a green version of this hat. I also don't even know if it exists. Once again, I used the balaclava head. It's just so useful. Torso comes from this Ninjago figure, Samurai X. I don't know shit about Ninjago, so don't shit on me. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I used that torso. I'm gonna kill Santa, take his legs, because then we can get these red pants with the black boots. Oh my fucking god. And that on there. The balaclava is supposed to be red. I know. I should probably get some red balaclava heads. They do exist. I think they first were made for like the Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, for when he has his like shitty homemade Spider-Man outfit. Anyway, I could have that if I just waited even longer to make this video after it's been like 1 trillion fucking years. Anyway, so this is what I came up with. I think for the final version of this figure, I took the hands off and put gloveless, yellow hands on there instead. So, cue the Glamour footage. And, it's okay. It's recognizable, but it doesn't, like, strictly speaking, it's not that great of a match. For what I've got here, like, there just were no great choices, so I just, you work with what you got, as always. Okay, so now we have the Luna outfit. Pretty straightforward, like, spacesuit, lugging around those fucking huge boxes on it. Looks ridiculously uncomfortable. Initially, I was just gonna phone it in and use this figure, like, without the fucking huge backpack, but this figure, CMF from the Space series, it's got, like, this nice cowl that goes under the helmet. So I was like, oh, I can just use this, I'll phone it in, right? But then I was like, well, the one in the game has like orange details and doesn't have these red stripes. So since there's lots of different spacesuits to be had when it comes to Lego, I decided to unphone it in, and I went with this instead. This torso comes from the Mars mission theme from fucking 2007. I think it's 07. Instead of leaving this golden visor on the helmet, like the one in game, you can see through it, and like all the other visors I used, smoky brown would be a great choice to match what we see, but this is actually the best choice to match it of what is actually available as Lego parts. Transparent purple. It actually doesn't look as weird as I thought it might. And these legs, I don't actually know where they come from, but they have this nice texture on them, which really matches what's on the suit in the game. So this is kind of a win right here. Happy with how this one turned out. And then, of course, as an alternate, I use this combination of pieces, the origin of which I don't actually know. But yeah, so then orange variant, the helmet's still white, so that's easy. It doesn't look extremely close to what we got in the game because the one in the game doesn't have like these hoses on it or anything, but pretty good, pretty good. And I did want to make the blue variant of this suit, but I couldn't really find anything that looked good, so I gave up on that. Okay, so the Riposta set. I bet everybody saw this skin and thought of Boba Fett. Okay, so here's fucking Boba Fett. You know, it's got the green armor and like the gray suit. This one was troublesome. I figured I'd phone it in and I would use like this fencing helmet and just put it on Boba Fett figure, you know, and then like, oh, done deal, right? But that looks like crap. So instead, I made this, and oh my god, I'm missing fucking pieces. Hold on. I use this. This torso comes from like a Star Wars ATST pilot, so it's just like a plain gray thing, so who cares? These pants are like gray, but they have the knee pads. They have a little bit of orange detailing, which the skin in the game has. Kind of iffy on it overall, like it's not the greatest match in the world. Underneath, we're using one of my favorite head prints ever made, the Scout Trooper head print with these big goggles. Such a great head print. It's like super useful. The only reason they made it was just so that it would fill in like the gap on the Scout Trooper like helmet visor. Yeah, it's funny, but anyway, great head print. So then to get that green chest plate, I use this little printed tile. I think that also comes from a Star Wars set. That part particularly like looks pretty good actually, because you have like the writing on the chest piece in the game. Cue the Glamour footage. I'm not fucking switching the hands. Green glove on this side, no glove on this side. What's with the asymmetry? So weird. I know it's about fencing, but whatever. Anyway, you know, it looks okay, but once again, obviously, gray suit, white helmet. I thought about maybe just giving this guy a white suit, but like the one in the game just looks gray. Like it kind of looks like it used to be white and it's so old and beat up that it's gray now. A lot of the stuff in the game is like that. This is just one of those things that ended up being troublesome, is because it's a post-apocalyptic game. Everything is all worn out and beat up and faded. And Lego is not like that. It has all these bright colors that look perfect and new. So then, you know, I try to get the look and it's always going to be just a little bit off unless I get the perfect match. So while I was getting tunnel vision over how much it looks like fucking Boba Fett, I realized, oh, wait a minute. There's other colors on this skin. So then the red and white one ended up being the best choice for this. So we got red suit. Hold on, I'm supposed to put a belt on this. Oh my god, I ripped his fucking head off. Oh, I dropped the fucking piece. Jesus Christ. Got like a little shoulder pad, and so that kind of looks like you know, close to what we see in the game. And so then, yeah, there we go. And yeah, this one actually turned out real nice. I did really want to make the green one. I feel like that one is the most recognizable and just like looks the most interesting. But this fencing helmet is one of a kind. It only exists in this color, so I had to work around it. The Leviathan skin. This outfit is a favorite of mine. We got the antique diving helmet, weirdly paired with like a green spacesuit looking thing. And so here we got the Lego diving helmet. This only exists in this one brass color, so that means we are aiming for the basic color palette with the green suit. No other options, even though I do like the black and yellow color palette the most. So I reused the green pilot suit here. I put this skirt piece on there. This comes from like Star Wars Clone Troopers, and since the suit has those big baggy pants, I included that to sort of give off the impression of the pants being larger, since there's not really another way to do that. And then I use that transparent blue head so that you can't see the face inside the helmet. Can't fit a backpack on this one, of course. This one ends up looking quite good, and I'm really happy with this one. Also, side note, this figure here, he doesn't have the original face print on there. I swapped the head, but this diver figure is from a collectible minifigure series, and it is the only place that the diving helmet has been released, so it only exists there. I think I paid like $10 or maybe $15 for this guy, and you know, you could definitely pay more. Okay, so the Warden outfit. This plain looking outfit's actually like a favorite of mine. I ran this one for a really long time before I picked up the Voltedge set. It's a sleeveless jumpsuit with a t-shirt underneath. This is actually a pain because these t-shirt like arms with the two different colors, they're relatively new, and a lot of my Lego is a little older, and I'm still catching up on some of the newer stuff. And I have a very limited supply of these t-shirt arms. I only have like a few, and none of them are the right color at all. So black sleeves, they should be like gray or white, and the hat should be gray. This hat does exist in gray. I even thought I had one, but then I looked around a whole bunch and could not find it at all. So technically also the microphone on the headset, it's actually on the wrong side. But this head print is great. You got to have the hair, because otherwise, you know, you put the hat on and then you can see that he's got hair. He doesn't look bald. So I kind of consider that essential. This torso comes from a collectible minifigure, one of the older ones. It's like a mechanic, because you see it's got that jumpsuit with the oil stains. Thankfully they're subtle. And also weirdly, the quality control on those older CMFs was kind of weird. I think they produced them in like China and stuff. You can see the dark blue color on these legs. It's like not the same as this one. That's just a weird trivia fact. The CMF quality control is a lot better now, like, because on those old ones, you could even, like, the material itself had like a different sheen to it, like the finish was like not the same as like standard Lego stuff. It was because you could kind of tell that they were making them like a little cheaper. They're a lot better now, but since this is an old one and this was like the best torso print I could possibly find out of like all the ones that existed, I'm on the hunt for different t-shirt arms. I'm gonna try to get some white ones, and then I'm gonna update this. Okay, so here's an update. I got those t-shirt sleeves for Mr. Blue Warden guy. No more watches and stuff on there, but this is it, you know? The sleeves match the little undershirt on there, and I got him the gray hat that he so richly deserved. And yeah, look at that. He looks nice. He looks good now. And then as a bonus, I made Orange Warden guy too. And I used the brown hat because I already had that. That was easy. And then this torso originally had long sleeves on it. It had medium blue arms on there, but I was at the Bricks and Minifigs store. I committed the ultimate sin and I ripped the arms off. And because I found these ones that have like, this is not medium blue, it's like bright light blue or whatever the freak they call it. Some new age color, you know, that I'm too old and stupid to know the name of. I popped those arms on there, and then, you know, once again, ultimate sin, I put the fucking medium blue arms onto the other torso that was a different color. So I ruined it for someone else in my greed and selfishness. Anyway, this is like just a construction guy torso. And of course the blue color is a little bright. You know, in the game, it's like a pretty dull, muted blue, and it's all faded and stuff. But, you know, what do you do, right? So anyway, here are the updated figures. I'm really happy with them. I'm gonna have to get some glamour footage of these dudes, and I'll be throwing that up there. So yeah, bing bang boom. Bog Walker outfit. Here's another super popular one. It's been there since day one. We got this orange waterproof suit with stripes and a white helmet. I went with the orange one because I just didn't have suitable parts for the other colors, as cool as the alt colors are for this one. I wish there was a good way for me to have the hood layered over the helmet, but it's not really possible, I don't think. So we're just gonna go with the hood down look. This helmet piece, confusingly, doesn't fit with any of the other visors ever made, except for these really old castle ones, because that was like one of the first appearances of the helmet, and they just decided that they didn't need visors for the helmets ever again after that, and so nothing fits good. So I once again used that transparent blue head. It would be cool if I had a transparent brown or black head to put under here, because it would match the skin better, but the transparent blue one works okay. And then these boots, right, orange pants, black boots, they only exist on this frigging this abomination, this fox costume lady. So luckily I actually had a need for a different part from that figure also. But I'm still upset at LEGO and Embark Studios for making me buy a fucking LEGO furry. So anyway, here's Bog Walker, right? Just like Voltedge, like, it doesn't have the stripes, right? It's lacking quite a bit. Like, it just has these, like, you know, the safety stripes, because this is basically just like a construction worker like shirt. Best I could do. It doesn't look so bad, but it doesn't look particularly good either, you know? I find that it lacks a lot of detail that I was able to get on some of the other ones, so it ends up looking kind of plain. I considered using this head print, which has a little visor on it. That came from like a collectible minifigure, like robot something or other. Hold on, this fucking thing's getting in the way. There we go. And so that looks okay. It gives it a little bit of texture and detail. But overall, I kind of like this better, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it is lucky that I ended up using parts from this later on, but I was very upset. I had to pay like $8 for this figure. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with these bits after this. Okay, so we've got Valente now. Initially I had this, because I had this torso print that looks like a poncho, this headpiece with the goggles, you know. It's not perfect, and also I did have a bandana on it. Hold on, I have to find that. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I had it like this because, you know, this skin that has the hooded poncho with the cowboy hat layered on top, there's not really a good way to get that. The bandana does a decent job. He just looks more cowboy-like anyway, so it's kind of just a win all around to have that, but this is only the Mark 1. I ended up being able to improve this quite a bit. I did some hunting to find a better head print, and of course, there's cloth ponchos. So check this shit out, all right? Okay, this head print comes off of, well, it was on this figure. Just imagine that it's on there because I don't want to take it off again. That came from the Stunt series, which was really recent. It's got those perfect goggles that are sort of like thin and slit shaped. So we get that. Got a little facial hair on there to add some texture and whatnot. And with the poncho, he's looking really good. The outfit in game sort of has like a sleeve on this side that looks like it's from a spacesuit or something. And so I could change out that sleeve, but I was like, meh, I don't fucking want to. There are like some cowboy boot pieces that might be suitable for this guy. I could also put these legs on there, but I kind of liked this one. That set of legs is from like the original Indiana Jones sets because it has a pistol holster on it, so it seems fitting for the cowboy guy, even though in ARC Raiders everybody holsters their pistols in their left armpit. I like it with the holster better. The belt detail just looks nice, even if you don't have like the boots. Obviously, this guy has the cowboy boots. This guy looks really good. He's one of my favorites. Oh yeah, and then of course, for Mr. Valente, Mr. Cowboy here, we got to give him the big iron. Here's the anvil that I made. It is a little oversized, and it incorporates a revolver piece as the handle. But I felt that just giving them the normal size revolver, it looked way too wimpy for how oversized the anvil is compared to your guy in the game. So here we go, big iron. Okay, so now we're on the Vulpine, or more accurately, the Huntsman outfit. Here we go. I went for the basic color palette, like, you know, the standard one with the fox pelt. This is obviously, I'm using the fox costume head, and then I put that same face print from earlier, layered it underneath to get the fox pelt gas mask look, and it actually looks pretty solid. And got the green, this is like a small cape. It came from the Star Wars Mandalorian battle pack. And then the skin in game has like a gray jacket. It's more of a gray. And then one of the alternate color palettes has like a dark blue coat that's more like this, but this has like a canteen on it. It's got fur on the collar. It kind of has like all the details I want, and it's really close to what we got in the game, because it's like a gray, but it sort of looks kind of bluish. And then these pants with the cargo pockets, khakis, and then tall dark boots, that matches it all really well. So yeah, this guy turned out really great. I also know that there is I believe there's a raccoon variant of like this headpiece, you know, same thing but looks like a raccoon pelt. So in this coat matches that one a little better. So if somebody had that, they could make that second color palette of this outfit, and it would look really good, and they could do most of the stuff the same. The torso, that comes from my Han Solo figure from Hoth Han Solo when he's in Frosty Snowcone Land. So that's where that comes from, and I'm actually not sure where the legs come from. Maybe I'll make an edit or something to let you know. Okay, so now we got Marco, and it's got this funny like helmet with the visor that covers half the face and kind of looks like RoboCop. But yeah, so I went for the green color variant. That one just made the most sense because I got this really good torso print. I think I ordered that one off of like the official Lego Pick-a-Brick ordering service. It's either recent or current production. That's easy to get. Same with these legs. And then of course I have like the white half helmet, same as I used on Driftcoat, but I put this space helmet visor on there. And yeah, it's chromed. There are no non-chrome versions of this visor, which just to make a note, a nerdy note, this visor, obviously really similar, not the same though. It has this different shaping on top, and also this visor is like too thick on the inside, and it doesn't like to clip to normal helmets. This one works fine. This one, which they released in like 1998 or something, it's been around for like a long time, and then it was eventually just updated and morphed into this. This one fits normal on a nice like regular motorcycle helmet. This one doesn't want to go. Like the visors have two divots, and they go into like these dimples on the side, and only one of the dimples, or one of the, you know, the little nubs on this visor will want to go into this helmet at the same time. You can't get them both to go in. It just doesn't fit. Pisses me off. Lego, you suck. Make a better visor. Okay, so now we get the high-tech hiker outfit. This released with the Cold Snap event in late 2025. You know, you unlock this through completing the event. I lucked out and I found this torso piece that fits perfect. It's turquoise with orange details, and it's like a hiking jacket. And I guess this torso is part of the 2025 selection of minifigure parts that you can find in the minifigure part kiosk at like an official Lego store. You're not gonna find them in there anymore, probably. These pants, not perfect. but they're fine, you know. It's better than having like plain orange pants, because you know, they have like gray boots on them and stuff in the game, and I didn't have anything that quite fit for that. This is the real kicker right here, okay? The field phone on the set, as it's called, you can take this on and off as like a cosmetic option, but it just puts this big phone like on your guy's chest. And this ended up being perfect because we get the keypad on there. This piece here, this is actually an oxygen mask for a fireman. And what you're meant to do is put it on like this. You can put a visor on it, and then a fire helmet will layer on top, and the air tanks will interlock into the back. But if you just ignore all that, I turned it upside down, and then I put it on the head, and then it ends up looking like a wacky pair of goggles, because this skin has a wacky pair of goggles on it. That actually looks pretty good, because I don't think there's anything else you could use to achieve the look of that set of goggles. Like, because if you just use normal goggles, it doesn't really look the same at all. And then of course, if you modify the outfit, you can take the goggles off. Flight cap, balaclava head, will take the goggles off, and then that's what it looks like if you don't wear this with the goggles. And then here's what it would look like if you wanted to use these in place of the other goggles. And you know, like I said, it doesn't really look like the one that's in the game, but it's not bad. I also realized that, like, because the flight cap is fucking brown, using a gray head underneath the goggles kind of like doesn't make that much sense. So yeah, I feel like the gray one looks more cohesive, because this sort of just, it sticks out. It looks kind of funny. But anyway, that's that skin. This is one of the ones that turned out the best, so I'm really happy with it. So the Velati outfit. This outfit is the true OG. Early build footage of the game features this outfit, so it's probably one of the first ones they came up with. It doesn't seem very popular. I don't recall ever seeing another player wearing this, but it's a classic, so I'm putting it in. Just like with the other outfits with long coats, we can't really recreate that extra length, which is too bad. But I found this blue outfit with the orange safety stripes, and that's a pretty good match. And lacking perfectly matching pants, right? I got these ones with brown pants, black boots instead of black pants and brown boots. I really prefer to use parts with some nice details and texture on there if I can, because the skins in the game are just packed with that kind of stuff, and I'm willing to skimp on color accuracy just to capture like the feel a little bit better. This helmet, it's got that wacky like square visor piece. There's really nothing like that in Lego that I could use. I did try using this visor here. I have that in some of the Glamour footage. But I found that this visor just looks better overall. It's a closer match, even though I just can't get that close, you know. Oh, also fun fact, I use this head print just to flex because this is Dr. Kelvin from 1993's fabulous Ice Planet theme. Dr. Kelvin was the only lady character in that space theme, and the first space lady character in any space theme. Anyway, she's the rarer figure because she only appears in the two large sets, like the big spaceship and the base. And so she's the most expensive Ice Planet figure, even though this head is the only unique part. And then these legs come from the Lego Movie 2, Apocalypse Wild Style, and she wears these pants and boots. Not sure about the shirt. It's like a, you know, it's a generic like construction worker shirt thing. I don't know where it comes from. Torpedo. This is a big one. This is a really popular skin, and for good reason. It just looks really good. It's really cool. I made all 3 color variants of this one. Only caveat being, don't have a green helmet for this guy, so he's just using the balaclava. Once again, I'm getting tons of mileage out of this head. I bought like 2 of those because, I mean, one, it just looks good, but also I needed it for this. Funnily enough, I ended up using sort of like the same torso piece for all of these guys, because these torso prints, They all are from the Galaxy Squad space theme. Because that space theme had these robot characters. I'm just gonna reassemble this one really quick and rip this fucking guy apart. But yeah, there's blue robot, and then there was a red one, and the orange one, I don't even have the other pieces for him because I only ordered this torso piece off of Bricklink. Anyway, so for this guy, they all have their little tool belts because the skin has like the pouches and all that stuff on the belt. So, and they're brown leather, so there you go. They've got like stripes and stuff and like detailing on the chest. And so I found that these just had the right colors because this one has like black and orange, and all of them have, I mean, there is like quite a bit of mix of parts and details going on the sleeves, but like the prevailing color is like a gray. So that's what I ended up using. This one turned out the best, okay? This is the red and white variant, obviously. Now, the helmet and this armor piece, they're really perfect shape-wise, and really the only shame is that like in the game, like there is white on the suit, but these armor plates look more like a tan color, much more like this. This is an old computer I made, you know, also ARC Raiders related. Anyway, the armor looks a lot more like this, but this armor piece doesn't exist in that color, and this helmet only exists in white, so had to settle for this. Still looks really good though. One of the rare leg parts with stripes on it. These legs came from, once again, that is the minifigure parts kiosk at a Lego store. I got those like a couple years back, I think. They're probably not in the circulation anymore. Good luck finding those. This armor piece also came from the minifigure kiosk part selection in the Lego store. Also, like, well, let's see, at least over a year ago now. This helmet comes from a CMF from the Space Series, the Ice Planet Explorer. So yeah, like a lot of exclusive pieces going on here. Again, good luck making that dude, but they shouldn't be that horrifically expensive. They're just, you're not gonna just find one in a random bin of Legos because it didn't show up in a set. Showed up in a special thing. So blue guy, these legs come from like an alien defense unit character from the Alien Conquest series, and like I could have just left the original legs on there because like they have knee pads and they got some like nice little details and stuff. I found these to just be a little bit better because the outfit in the game has like the dark blue knee pads, and even though like those are the knee pads and those are just cargo pockets, you know, it kind of hits the color palette more. So I use that, like that better. You know, the stripe details on the torso look really good. This armor piece, check it out, Ice Planet logo on there. This and this helmet, they came from the same figure, the Ice Planet Explorer. Once again, like I said, this helmet only in white. I had to improvise, and I just used a standard motorcycle helmet with this slit visor, which is just the closest match for, you know, what we see in game, and it's not so bad, you know. The annoying thing is that it lacks the antenna. The original version of this visor from OG Ice Planet, there it is, glorious neon orange, but that one, it had the antenna. When they updated this visor to use it in the Power Miners theme, they were using it on this helmet, which is too chunky to accommodate that antenna, so they removed the fucking antenna, and now it's not on there. What a pain in my ass. So anyway, that's why it looks like that. Also, here's another fun fact, just to info dump some more. This visor exists in two colors, orange right here, and just a solid plain red. You could kind of get away with using the red one on this guy because the blue outfit does have red in the color palette, but I chose not to do that. This is like an older helmet. I think it's from the 90s. There is a newer one that was released like in 2025 that would actually be a pretty good match here, and it has like white and red stripes on it, and it's very similar to the one in the game. Not exact. I'm still looking for that. I want to get that helmet, and then this guy will look that much better. The green variant, right? Green is, I'm guessing, like maybe the more popular variant of this set, because it just has good colors and just looks a little bit more serious and badass. So the torso's funny because like the torso detailing in the game, it's got a lot of black and it's got some of this like burnt rusty orange. This is not a perfect match for it. close enough though, in addition to gray. And so like you got like a bunch of gray and sort of like a tan on the sleeves, all this stuff going on. I looked at like all the decorated parts that exist and I settled on these. This works good. I'm kind of happy with this. And then these, oh my god, the legs come from like this, I think it's an Ninjago figure. I don't know, like the black ninja, Cole, what's his name, Cole? So yeah, I use that, and that looks pretty good. Once again, balaclava head, look at that. And this armor, the green armor, that comes from the Lightyear sets, because there's these trooper guys. I haven't seen the movie, I have no friggin' idea what any of it is, but it has the trooper guys with their tan armor, and then the special dudes have different chest piece colors on. And so the green, look at this, it's got like some battle wear on it and some like, you know, crude paint, and that is like a really good fit for like the feel of the game. So this guy looks pretty good. Very happy with the Torpedo gang here. This is a fan favorite outfit, of course, so I felt lucky that I was able to do it justice, especially with this variant, and also just do every single color variant there is. We have this head here with these funny looking goggles. This guy comes from Aquazone, once again from the Aquanauts sub-faction. And so if you were to just wear this outfit with no helmet, no mask, and goggles only, that is actually pretty close to what it looks like. There you go. And then in addition, I have white balaclava from this guy who's a jetpack racer from one of the very recent CMF series. So we got this dude. He is a good fit for the white balaclava that you see on this variant. So then you have that with no helmet. Once again, looks really good and quite close to what it looks like in the game. It's double-sided though, which is a shame. So yeah, don't make me say it. I'm gonna say it. Like and subscribe. If you liked my freaking content, I haven't been active on YouTube for kind of a while. This whole thing that I'm trying out is new, but I do have some more stuff that I'm definitely going to upload, including a whole custom ARC Raiders themed build. Because yeah, I built a little buried city diorama, and I'd like to post about that too.